Look at the snowstorm we did. Like, yeah, this is about 1.5 inches. So we're looking good. Right now, not that bad. I like that. It's powdery snow. It's not that deep. The Macov5000 has done the same exact thing before. The last time we had snow a couple months ago, back in January, it was much deeper than this. The roads actually were covered, but our roads are not covered now. So we're looking good. Probably be more snow this evening. So the Macov5000 looks okay. This stuff will be melted by this weekend. This is the last snowstorm of the season. So we put our greenhouse back up together. So this is going to held down pretty good with the wind. So this kind of stuff is powdery snow. Area is soft. Yesterday when I went out yesterday, I did the anytone. So looking good. I just flinged this rope off a while ago. There was snow on this. Very powdery, but I moved the antenna a while ago. So I did that on a good job. I turned it to north and I did the on 360 degree north and put it back to 310 degrees. So she's looking okay. I moved around to get some little thing. The rotor should be okay. It's not ice up. So the beam antenna is looking perfect. But I ain't gonna move anymore. But we got the snow on this thing. We're just swinging this around a little bit. Yeah, knocked it off a little bit. Should be okay. Chicken coop's looking beautiful. So it's got snow on it, but there's some parts collapsed the snow, but I ain't gonna worry about that side. That side's fine. It's the roof I'm more worried about that. So that's not gonna collapse that much. So that stuff will be melted. I'm looking at the roof. It's looking okay. So she's not gonna fall down. But a lot of little sticky, nasty, wet snow. That's what that is. I know Mower Junkie doesn't like snow. So I flings that off, but it's not gonna fall off. This stuff will be melted by morning. So most you could just brush it off with a brush, but no big deal with that. You could just brush it off with some brushes. Wish one would get a brush to get up that high, but we don't want a heavy brush. But the antenna is looking okay. It's not going to sag down, but this gives you an idea what snow does. But we get some wind, it'll knock it out, so you guys see where the snow is hitting on that side. Most of that's meal taped, and that stuff's not going to hurt. It's not going to break the antenna off. Most of these are poly ropes. That's poly rope. It doesn't even touch those. Those ropes you get like at Wally World. And there's not that much snow on the poly rope, except the meal tape gets it. Most I'll just flick this off completely, no problem. So I'm showing you guys what this thing looks like in snow. The Siro SY27. So we did those contacts today. I'm going to still looking through the video. I haven't done all those other videos to put their contacts down. I did some of them because I'm still backlogged on some of those things. Pretty good. So the beam actually survived. So she did good in the snowstorm. It happened this morning. Around 2 in the morning, everything was all non-covered on the ground. So we got all that snow hitting on that. So this is nothing less than 1 inch snow. They said 1 to 3 inches. So we're probably going to get some more today, but I don't know. The greenhouse is looking good. We put it back together because we had that wind gust that blew. But this beam antenna did really good in 50-mile-an-hour winds. And the Macov5000 will whip on the top because it's 40 foot on the top. You guys seen that a while back. Well, I'll give you guys a zoom. You guys can look at it. You guys can see the Macov5000. She's looking okay. So we got some great things on that completely. She's looking beautiful. So the Maco's been through snowstorms lots of times. And including that, we're probably going to go flick some off this thing. So we're going to look at the fronts of it, give you guys a good glimpse. We're out in a snowstorm right now. But people are just freaking out for nothing. I'm sure you guys got a lot worse up north. They're freaking out over 1 to 3 inches of snow. This is only less than 1 inch under the trees. So we're looking okay, guys. I'm going to flick this off here. So make it a little easy on me. The poly rope is not going to be hurting. Because look at this rope. This rope actually does amazing. You can't see it. This little black rope does an amazing job. So you get less snow ice on those. So I recommend to check those out. You get the poly rope. Mostly, we'll just brush that off a little bit. But it's no big deal. Get a broom on it. It's not going to hurt that cable. The less you do that, you'll be okay. This is our tree hour due west here, but and it's in the forest right now, but it's okay. But during that day, when we had that wind, a couple hours later, we had the last video on the wind on the beam antennas. And that's when it took down one of these trees down here. They fall down all the time down that hole. It happens every time when something happens with rain. And she's looking good, guys. That's why I duct taped this thing a while back. It's got that that grease stuff I told you about, the electric grease. So I put that stuff a while back inside of those things. And some of these things are mostly JB Weld, not this one. Mostly the top part is JB Weld up here. Where I put this here, there's JB Weld in the top area up there with those big bolt things. They're JB Weld and mostly duct tape. That's why they are all the same way when I did the other ones. Like the Macov5000 the last time. She's doing good. So I put that in there. It's holding up pretty good with snowstorm. Look how saturated this ground is, but this is why I put this pole here a while back. So I'm going to rot many years. So I was trying to make a cover for this thing. I wish we get a better cover for this winch so nothing gets into it. That's why I paint this stuff so it won't rust for many years. That's why I took a lot of months to design. This is mostly the Lowe's bag. Most of it's covered up with this thing inside of it to keep it out of the weather. But there's a winch here inside the thing. You can crank it down. Definitely it's ice cold and that stuff. It's kind of wet snow you don't want to play with, but mostly I'll just brush this off a little later with a brush and keep the less off it. But that's the only thing you have to worry about, things like that. But mostly it'll be melted by this weekend, by Sunday. We're gonna be back in the 50 degrees mark today, this week. So it's gonna be melting very quick, but it's gonna be in the 40s still. But my forecast doesn't look any more snow for the rest of the week, just all cold weather. So it's looking pretty good on the chicken coop. So nothing's gonna collapse anymore. We're probably gonna get some more snow again, but that's the only thing that would happen when this chicken coop collapsed back there. When we had that heavy rain, that storm we had, and it collapsed it, we had to took some of those boards from the shed here. We had some boards that came with it. So we held it up from, it kept all the rain off it. That's the only thing I had the problem with. Probably to make a better chicken coop with the aluminum type stuff from Temu. But it's really good. But this beam antenna is doing beautiful, guys. You guys can see it pretty good. So I'm looking okay. I'm going to be uploading this video soon. So I took my little pug out here today. All my dogs been out. It's just nasty wet snow for rain. But mostly we have to worry about flooding, but we're okay. This is only about an inch of snow here. These are all my satellite dishes I have to put together soon when I get some time. But that's how deep that snow is right here. That's probably the worst. These people just panic. They're good to wipe your shoes off. And she's looking okay, guys. But the cable coax is alright. That's a 213. It can handle almost anything. It's in the trees. I put it in that tree a while back with it. The only thing it needs is an alpha delta. You guys seen the picture of the alpha delta, the one from my Macov5000, the video I did on the anytone. So I showed you that. That's what I need to find one of those. But they have one on Flea Bay, but you just have to get a bolt for it. And then you can change out the filter cartridge if you want something like a little higher. They make them from DX Engineering. You can get them for $14. That's what they are. And they go for like $80 for an alpha delta. It's a lightning protection. And you hook your coax to it, and you hook your other coax to it, and you use your ground rod. That's what it is. That's the only thing I have one of those. The one I did in my previous, it's not. It has like one of those bolt type ground rods. I learned it from a guy from Johnny Jones at Home. That's where I got the idea from. And that's where my Macov5000, it's grounded. This antenna is not grounded, but I leave the antenna disconnected during storms. That's what I do. When we get thunderstorms, that's what I do. But if I get an alpha delta later on for that, that'd be great. But the first thing, we got to get that Cobra fixed with the channel crystals. But I'm trying to save up for the caps for it real soon. The one from Condent Mics, you know, the ones you see on the site. They have all the caps for the Cobra 139. It comes for like $24, and it comes to like 35 bucks where it ships it here, because it's like $9 to ship here where I'm at from Canada. It's pretty quite good, but the beam's doing good, guys. So it's got less snow and ice on it, but that's the only thing you have to worry about it. And it's got that rotor up there, the RCA. She's doing beautiful, but I'm not gonna touch the RCA like that. But it's moving okay in the snowstorm, so there's no hurry, because if it's that kind of thick type snow, that's how you know. So there's no ice on it right now. it's powdery snow, that means you can move your antenna at this rate when it's fluffy. If it feels fluffy, it's okay. That's how you guys know it. But if it feels like ice on your things, just don't move your rotor around. That's how you guys could tell from the difference. That's what'll be up there like that. So it probably will ice up a little later, but it'll be okay. It's not gonna be that much. But most of the best time when this stuff comes down, just brush it off with a brush, and then you'll have less problems later. But this is okay. I can still dust this off right away. Yep. I can get some of it off me right now. Yeah, still got a little ice on it, but she's okay. Don't want to mess with more, but I just got some of it off of it. And you guys get it off here. A little powdery. But I'm sure you guys used to big snowstorms. But the last time we had snow much deeper than this. So I'm going to get out of this weather soon. It's just a moisture cold. But I'll show you guys something right there. We're looking good, guys. So we might be on the air sometime this week, but it's going to be nice weather during this week. 50 degrees. It's going to warm up. All the stuff will be melted by the end of this week by Sunday. So I'm looking at the forecast. This is actually the last winter for Tennessee, I think it is. But the only thing we have to worry about is the severe weather. That's the only thing I'm more worried about, the tornadoes. That's what I'm more concerned about that. But we had that storm front. You guys can go look at the video from last Sunday's. That's where you'll see that big red front line. But I took a ride in my area yesterday on my way back from Harriman, Tennessee, and Kingston. Because I didn't film Kingston because I don't want to put. There's actually a lot of things in that downtown area, but Kingston, Tennessee, I was out there yesterday, and they actually have like some few things, but mostly when we went through the area on the edge of Rockwood, Tennessee, between Midtown, there's like this giant pine tree, and it's almost like this tree, but a little bit thin. And that storm front, what it looked like, it was uprooted from the roots from the rain. I think that's the worst thing it took down probably was a mini twister I saw. And it only took down this giant pine tree down on the side of the Highway 70 going east. And it must have been one of those big windstorms, or a twister took it down or something. It probably was a mini tornado. They did not report it on radar. I think they did not. It probably was that storm front line. They go through that area every time where they hit Midtown where the tornadoes is. Here I'm in that little gap between the big wall where it's at. But it must have been something really that night, probably big severe weather, and it took a giant pine tree down, it looked like. And you can see how it was uprooted from the rain, or it could have been from the wind that took it down that night with the rain. But it was a 60-footer. I think about 70-foot pine tree I saw. I just think I saw yesterday, and everything was all clear out. So by this stuff will be melted by tomorrow, but it's pretty cool. It looks cool in the snow, guys. It's pretty awesome. You guys can see it. And looking beautiful on that. That's the rotor inside of it. You guys know what I did that, duct tape that stuff a while back. And it's got Caroline rope inside it, I think it has. You guys saw the Caroline rope with the pictures. The ones I got, the 1,000 pounds, and those are the 1,800 pounds, the ones on one of them is on that mast there. That's why you can put a lot of weight. The Macov5000 has the 1,800 pounds on it and 1,000 pounds, which I bought 1,000-pound Caroline rope for $5 back 3 years ago, which they don't sell anymore. But you probably can get it at Lowe's, and you can get it on Amazon. I think the highest they make for a Caroline rope is 2,800 pounds or 2,600 pounds. You can get a 2,000 pound put on one of these things later on, but they come in different colors like white, yellow, or black. But I paint mine black because that's what I'm saying. If they had black Caroline rope, that'd be awesome. If you guys want to send me tons of that stuff. My dad, I still have some leftover stuff, but I use all the stuff from my dad's pickup truck. That is what these Caroline ropes are. My dad had them for years from North Florida when he lived on a farm, and some things like that. And he used it on mostly when he did a lot of his stuff for the sailboat a long time ago, and also ice fishing, and mostly on the farm dragging stuff like animals, like mostly like things like he used to tie pigs with them when we put them in trailers and stuff. Then we untie them to put in this trailer thing. That's what we did a long time ago. And this Caroline rope's been through a lot of stuff. They do quite good, even on sailboats, tying masts too. The Caroline rope you guys have seen, like the 1,800 pound, never had a problem with many years, even in salt water. Even dragged dinghies with it. and you can do a lot of things. My dad used to use it for crab traps to pull out of the water for Kevlar rope, even in South Florida, even in North Florida. He did it many years with it too, and it's done a lot of things with it too. I've seen. They're very quite good. Look at them. We got some birds down here, so you guys want to see some. We got a robin down there, but we can see him. There he is. We got a live robin bird getting worms. Here we go. Got some bird action. Cool. I took pictures of robins before with my old camera a while back. It's 10 times zoom on this camera here. Yeah, it's definitely a robin, guys. You can see him. He's picking that kind of stuff out of there right now. Pretty cool. So I got you some better nature shots there. Yep. You going over that way? Yep, we got some bird shots. Zooming out, we can get it. I was amazed this camera can get a robin bird. It's not bad for a little phone like that. You guys know what it is. I'm going to go back up to get the beam antenna. Yep, we got it up, really zoom up. 10 times zoom. Should be looking good. Yeah, that's that rope with the 213 you guys saw. We're looking at the rotor right now. Rotor looks pretty good shape, guys. It's pretty good. It's a very light antenna system. I'm going to zoom this back out. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for coming out here today and looking at our video. So everything looks good in the snowstorm. I think we're going to be alright. All the stuff will melt during this week. As long as we don't touch that gamma match, we're good. And still running the same setup like I told you guys before. So it's UDX362 East Tennessee. 79 shotgun, 79 smokescreen on a great Wednesday morning. And I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for coming out here today. We'll bring up more videos soon. UDX362 East Tennessee, smack it on down. And 79 smokescreen. I'll catch you guys later. We'll bring up more videos soon. By the time this stuff will be melted by this weekend, I think, or tomorrow. So the roads are looking pretty good shape right now. So this is not very extreme snowstorm. So they make it sound like it's that. It's all 1 to 3 inches is nothing compared. It's like valley snow to you guys out in Utah and Nevada. That's what they're doing. But it's like that wet snow can get you sick and stuff. But out west, they don't get you sick, I know. I've been out in snowstorms with Alaskan jackets with 8 layers. Like 4 layers of sweaters. And use your hands will freeze quick and your feet will freeze quick. That's what it does. That's the only thing you have to do. And I've been out in 14-degree weather on the ice, doing ice fishing. Been with my dad doing ice fishing sometimes. And also 11 degrees is probably the worst I've been out to one time. But the worst I think I've seen in my life in Utah, in northern Utah, was like -13 on the temperature, was -5. But here, this place got down to 4 degrees. That's the worst thing that has happened. I think it got to -4 here once. That's probably the worst that happened, down to about almost 4 degrees. -4, I think that's what it was. And that's when the pipe started to bust on my backside of my radio room down below. And it needs fixing, but it's a little leak, but we turned that off way back 2 years ago, which it goes out to the second water hose line, not the one out front. So that's what happened to it on that pipe. It just needs like fixing on that. That's the only thing. Mostly all my plugs need to be fixed on the porch, but we got at least the other outlets in the back running. My Cobra 139 still running good, and we got another outlet running for my chicken coop house here with the heat. So I'm probably to get those plugs repaired later on soon. And I found the switch a couple of weeks ago in my fuse box. I know which one it is now, so that I'll be able to repair all the outlet plugs on the porch. The ones on that side, but not the ones near the radio room stuff. Yeah. So I'll catch you guys later. 362 East Tennessee. Thanks for coming out here. We just want to share an update on the snowstorm with a little antenna update on the stereo antennas. So they do quite good. And we'll bring up more videos soon. 362 East Tennessee. UDX362. I'll catch you all later. And this is the Foxman out here. And I'll catch you all later. UDX362, 362 East Tennessee, 79 smokescreen, Shockwave. Catch you all later. Bring out more videos soon. Thanks for coming out here today.